Audio testing. Da, 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 da. Audio testing. Perfect. Everyone. SACing MAL Summer 2013. All right. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to the second worst show I make, SACing MAL, the show where we go over the upcoming anime season and we find out what's worth watching. Also, I forgot to re-enable my cursor, which I normally keep turned off because there's no reason to have it on 99% of the time. There we go. That is some refreshing liquid water. All right, we're kicking it off with summer 2013. I remember I did do the spring season. I've been like, man, when do I get to do the summer season? And I've been waiting for the summer season. I thought I missed it because I've been so busy lately. I thought I missed the summer season. But no, as it turns out, it's just about time to do SACing MAL for summer. So perfect timing. Hello, Maid. How are you doing tonight? We're going to kick us right off with Jujutsu Kaisen second season. This is the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen. Everyone knows Jujutsu Kaisen, animated by MAPPA, did super well. I literally already reviewed season 1. I gave it, I think, a 6 out of 10 and said that mostly my problem was the characters because the fights and the animation were fucking fantastic. So I'm jumping on to season 2. Well, also I thought Gojo was way too fucking strong. So moving on, definitely gonna watch Jujutsu Kaisen second season. Burned your lip and your chin yesterday. Oh, that sucks. How'd you do that? Tea? Was it tea? We got Mushoku Tensei 2 Isekai Itari Hunky Dasu, which is, of course, Jobless Reincarnation Season 2. I've already reviewed the first and second core of Season 1. Mushoku Tensei, of course, is famous for being the isekai light novel that started the isekai craze. It's also unquestionably one of the best isekai series ever made. Cheese slid off the pizza and hit you. Oh, that sucks. I have been eagerly waiting season 2, just like I was eagerly waiting for it to get an adaptation in the first place. So I am on board day 1 with that shit. I also tried applying at a place, but their site is broken. I am sorry to hear that. What place was it? We have Masamune-kun's No Revenge R. Masamune-kun's Revenge R. I am like 99% confident that I reviewed season 1 of this. And I enjoyed it a lot. I've actually worked at a Walmart. That site is always broken. And I wanted it to get a season 2, and then it just never got a season 2, right? Because when was season 1? Season 1 was 2017. So I had basically, what was that, 5 years ago? I'd given up. No, that was 6 years ago. I gave up hope. I assumed it wasn't going to happen. I'm shocked to see it's getting a season 2. I'm on board. And one of the things I really liked about Masamune-kun's Revenge is having lowly mom characters is sort of like a stable, but this had the best excuse ever for the main character's mom being a loli, which is she suffers from a disease called loliconitis, which is the funniest fucking thing ever. Anyway, I'm on fucking board. Cannot wait for season 2. 3 out of 3 so far. Doing great. Next up, we have Bleach Seinen Kaisen Hen Ketsubetsu Tan, which is Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, The Separation. Obviously, we know what Bleach is. Obviously, I already read this. This is the second core of Bleach Seinen Kaisen Hen. And of course, as I've said, 1000-Year Blood War was so bad I dropped the fucking manga, so I do not give a shit. I don't care that I think that, like, 1,000 Year Blood War is, like, yeah, number 2, because FMA fans will not stop with their bullshit. Not that I think Bleach deserves to be number 1 either, but I if there is a series that I cannot fucking wait until it falls off the top, it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like, it's a good show. The fucking lengths that people go to keep it at number 1 is fucking it almost infuriating, honestly. Like, so many better shows have come by and surpassed it, and they're just it's an obsession. Anyway, yeah, I will not be watching Blood War. Horimiya the Missing Pieces, featuring stories from the manga not adapted in the main anime. In other words, it's season 2 of Horimiya. Horimiya was pretty good, and I used to read the manga, so I will probably check this out. Heard a thing from Michelle Ruff when Bleach came back. She said, "Oh, thank God," because she's been turned down roles due to her age. That's a sad to hear. Kanjo Okirishimasu, 3rd season, which is, of course, Rent-A-Girlfriend, season 3. This is the 3rd season of Kanjo Okirishimasu. Now, we've been reading the plot of Rent-A-Girlfriend forever, and I hear that season 3, from what people have said, this is peak. This is going to be peak Rent-A-Girlfriend. From what I've seen about what people said in season 1 and season 2, manga readers are like, season 1's okay, season 2 is going to be better. If they make a season 3 is going to be the best season. And then from what the manga readers have also said is that this is it. Stop after this. If they make a season 4, the manga readers are like, don't go past this. This will be the best season, and you should definitely not continue. But we'll see which way the cookie crumbles. That's some good fucking water. Excuse me. That's some good fucking water. Alright, Zom 100. Zombie ni Naru Made ni Shitai 100 no Koto. This is Zom 100 bucket list of the dead. First off, this girl's super fucking cute. Just right off the bat, look at that thumbnail. Look at her. Look how fucking cute she is. I'm on board with that thumbnail. But let's find out what the fuck this is actually about. This is, in a trash-filled apartment, 24-year-old Akira Tendo watches a zombie movie with lifeless, envious eyes. After spending 3 hard years at an exploitative corporation in Japan, his spirit is broken. He can't even muster his courage to confess his feelings to his beautiful co-worker, Otori. I know what this is. I think I've seen someone review the manga. Then one morning, he stumbles upon his landlord eating lunch, which happens to be another tenant. The whole city swarming with zombies. Even though he's running for his life, Akira has never felt more alive. This feeling alive in a zombie apocalypse thing was done in high school... Nope. Not High School D-Day. Was done in High School of the Dead. And it was starting to get into this concept, and I thought that was really interesting. And then the mangaka fucking died, I think. So it's interesting to see someone like go off on that, like continue with that idea. I did want to see it explored. And I think I've heard good things about the manga. So let's give this a shot. Why not? Give this a little bit of a go. This is Bungo Stray Dogs 5th season. I can't believe they're still making Bungo Stray Dogs, and apparently no one else can. I've heard mixed things about it. Who knows? Maybe if season 5 pops off, maybe we'll do a fucking water episode on it or some shit. I don't know. But in the meantime, actually, hold up. Do I have to read something about this? When did this come out? When would season 4 drop? Season 4 dropped in 223, so we're good. Okay, this is Tsukina Koga Magane wo Wasureta. The girl I forgot her glasses. As a desk mate of me, What a name. Kaede Komaru has always had his attention fixed on her. Attracted by her cute charms, all he wishes is that she would look at him with those beautiful eyes beneath her glasses. But just a few days after making her acquaintance, Kaede notices something different about Ai. Her eyes are squinting and her glasses are missing. Nevertheless, he still finds her adorable. Unexpectedly, Ai has a tendency to forget her glasses. Having terrible vision, she has... Fucking you and me both, girl. Difficulty going through her day at school. Thankfully, Kaede is more than willing to help her. As Ai starts relying on him, Kaede's feelings for her grow even more. Likewise, despite her short-sightedness, Kaede slowly becomes the person Ai always hopes to see. This sounds adorable. This is apparently a comedy. I would not have guessed that. Who's animating this? GoHands. Who the fuck are GoHands? GoHands is... oh, they've been around for fucking ever. They did K. They did Sedakai Yukidono. They did Handshakers. So they're very good at over-the-top, flashy animation with a lot of lens flares. Is there a name for a glasses fetish? I've come across this multiple times. Meganacone, maybe? Otherwise, you would just say glasses fetish. Yeah, this is totally a glasses fetish thing, though. You are, for sure, he's correct about that. How's the manga? Manga's getting reviewed at an 8, actually. That's pretty good. Alright, fuck it. I'm on board. I like a cute little romance. Y'all know me. Apparently the manga has an 8. Indeed it does. Okay, another anime I cannot fucking believe is getting a second season. We have Hataraku MAL Summer second season. The Devil is a Part-Timer, season 2 sequel. That's the second season of Hataraku no MAL Summer, which came out in... Oh no, this is season 2, part 2. So I already did this review. I'll probably... So this is the second core of the second season. Well, I already have this marked down for 22, so no reason to mark this. I will almost certainly watch it, but I'm trying not to fill up my watch later list at this point, so. At least it's based off a manga, not fetish art books like another weird fetish. Hey, I haven't read the manga. Who's to say? Watashi no Shiawase na Kekon. Miyoshi Sayamori was the unfortunate child of a loveless arranged marriage. After her mother died, her father brought in his lover and her own daughter, Kaya. From then on, Miyu's life was reduced to that of a mere servant. This is Cinderella. Even worse, while Kaya inherited the family's psychic abilities, this is Cinderella, but she has psychic powers. Miyu had none. She was truly the daughter with no merit. After years of being treated like dirt, Miyu has learned to keep her head down, hide her pain, and obey every order. So when it comes, no surprise that she's arranged to be married Kiyoka Kudo, a military captain rumored to be so cruel that he's driven away every one of his potential wives so far. From a painful upbringing to a painful marriage, that's the future that that awaits Miyu, or so she thinks. Contrary to expectations, her new husband's actually kind-hearted. What awaits Miyu is a blissful, everlasting marriage full of happiness. I've seen the trailer for this, and I wanted to watch it, and I decided to wait to mark it down until it showed up on my list. There's no second season for so long that I read the novels and watched it go from really good to fucking dog shit. Oh, really? That's disappointing. This is Shinigami Bochan Tokoro Made second season, which is the sequel to something I've already read, The Duke of Death and His Maid season 2, which looks really cute, but I haven't watched season 1, so I might just back-to-back this at some point. But I've definitely already read the description, so we're moving on. God, that is some fucking good water. Holy shit. Excuse me. Liar, Liar. At Academy Island... I gotta love the name. Everything is settled through games, waged for a certain number of stars. With the strongest student being granted the ranking of 7 stars, Hiroto, a transfer student, unexpectedly beats the strongest empress and becomes the pseudo-strongest in the school. A mind game of lies and bluffs begin. This simultaneously reminds me of what I have heard the plot of No Game, No Life is, but also... one of the Culture novels. This sounds like one of the Culture novels, which is also about a game. Isn't that a name of a Jim Carrey movie? I think it is, actually. I'm pretty sure. I think you're completely correct. Yup, Liar Liar, Jim Carrey. You fucking nailed it. 1997. Anyway, this looks like a fucking ripoff of... This looks like a weird, like, merger of... Like, the art style is very similar to... Asterisk War, but the plot kind of vaguely reminds me of No Game, No Life. And, yeah, it doesn't look very... Or perhaps a bit of Kempa whatever. They made it. So, yeah, anyway, I was skipping that. Nanatsu no Makin ga Shihai Suru, which is Reign of the Seven Spellblades. In a world of magic, there exist deadly, irreversible techniques commonly known as spellblades. These sparse and elusive spells, along with their casters, are shrouded in mystery, and only their absolute lethality is known to the masses. Every year, the spring blossom signifies a new intake of seasons to the prestigious magic school, Kimberly. With reactions of awe and bewilderment, a ceremonious parade complete with magical beasts welcomes the newcomers to the institution. Among them is the mysterious Oliver Horn, whose indifference changes to fascination as he notices a peculiar figure, a girl wearing a strange attire equipped with a Japanese sword. From the entrance ceremony onward, Oliver realizes that not as all as it seems at Kimberly, as the emergence of labyrinths, monsters, and other threats endanger the new student body. Nanatsu no Makin Gai Shihai Suru explores the intertwined fates of two warriors as they uncover the dark truths that lurk within the walls of the academy. This is just Harry Potter if Harry Potter was an edgy assassin. And you know what? I am fucking on board. Alright, Rurouni Kenshin Meiji Kinkaku Ramadan 2013. Really such a random name. It's a river, I want to say, in Ireland, which might be where they got the name. But other than that, I have no fucking clue. Yeah, this is the Rurouni Kenshin remake. I still need to finish original Rurouni Kenshin, and then once I've done that, I will not probably be watching this, because I will have watched original Rurouni Kenshin. Current synopsis. 10 years have passed since the end of the Bakumatsu, an era of war that saw the uprising of citizens against the Tokugawa shogunate. Okay, so this is in the, 1800s. It's fucking called Meiji Kinkaku. Of fucking goddamn course this is in the 1800s. The revolutionaries wanted to create a time of peace in a thriving country free from oppression. The new age of Meiji has come, but peace has not yet been achieved. Swords are banned, but people are still murdered in the streets. Orphans of war veterans are left with nowhere to go, while the government seems content to just line their pockets with money. One wandering samurai, Kenshin Himura, still works to make sure the values he fought are worth the life spent to bring about the new era. Once known as Hitokiri Tosai, he was feared as the most ruthless killer of all the revolutionaries. Now hunted by guilt, Kenshin has sworn to never kill again in atonement for the lives he took, and he may never know peace until killing is a thing of the past. Now the 11th year of the Meiji, Kenshin stumbles upon Kaoru Kamiya, owner and head instructor of a small dojo, being threatened to close its doors. The police force is powerless to stop the string of murders done in the name of her dojo by a man claiming to be the famous Batosai. Kenshin's wandering pause for now as he joins Kaoru to clear both their names, but how long can he stay before his past catches up to him? Alright, so moving on from this brings us to Eiyu Kyoshitsu. I like the art style. I really like the poppy colors. This is Classroom for Heroes. Hero Classroom. A long time ago, there existed a demon lord who terrorized the world until a hero stepped onto the stage and challenged the demon lord, ultimately defeating him and ending his reign. Classic story. Where are we going with this? The hero then created Rosewood Academy, an academy made to help heroes in training achieve supremacy and help defend the world when needed, that enrolls only the best of the best. Classic story. Where are we going with this? Enter Ernest Fleming, a girl with high... A girl? It was not... Oh, okay, no, the main character's really Blade, isn't it? Sense of duty and top of student academy, hence receiving the alias Empress of Flames, who one day encounters the lively, carefree new transfer student Blade, a boy who seems to, fucking course he does, seems to equal her powers, something that she finds really irritating. Arnis was then personally requested by the king to supervise and show Blade around the academy during his stay. The story follows the students' struggles and their quest to become heroes. Fucking... So unless the manga's... Who did the manga? Oh, okay. Alright. So it might be the art style that's... So who the fuck is Shin Araki and what's he done? This is the guy that wrote the script for... Can you make a disgusted face and show me your panties? No, this is just straight up the guy who did Can you make a disgusted face and show me your panties? That's this guy. That is this guy. Okay. Well, I will be... I'm out. Oh, fuck. Okay, dodge that bullet. Uchi no Kaisha no Chisai Senpai no Hanashi, my tiny senpai. Twitter apparently had a fucking field day about this being absolutely insane and calling everyone in this a child because Twitter's fucking stupid and racist. Fuck, that is good water. Excuse me. My senpai from work is tiny and cute. Excuse me. Shinozaki is an office worker who's taken care of and coddled by her senior team member Shiori Katase, a gorgeous, profoundly kind, loving, and diminutive woman. Shinozaki certainly hopes that she's not doing it out of duty, but her joy of doing so increasingly exposes her feelings. Okay, so I'm on board. Use of the word bitch gotten you in hot water today? In what way? I might need to get some more of this good fucking water before we continue. Alright, this is Yume Miru Danshi wa Genjitsu Shugisha. Excuse me, what a fucking name. The Dreaming Boy is a realist. Wataru Sajo, who is deeply in love with his beautiful classmate, Aki Natsukawa, approaches her without getting discouraged while having dreams about their mutual love. However, one day, he woke up thinking, I'm not really fit to be together with someone as good as her, huh? Upon realizing this, Wataru started keeping an appropriate distance from her, much to Aki's surprise. Could it be he hates me now? Did his intentions slip by her because she was getting impatient after arriving at the wrong conclusion? This is the start of a rom-com revolving around two people who just can't get their feelings across and both think their life is unrequited. Wow, what a creative storyline that I've never seen before, done probably better. Alright, so... Oh man, a fucking will they or won't they romance. So glad we get to fucking watch this again. My mom wanted to introduce her friend's daughter to me and pointed her in my direction. I was doing something, she comes over and says something to me, which, kind of spooked me. Okay. I cannot believe that this fucking thing is actually getting an adaptation. I said, fuck, don't sneak up on me like that, bitch. Okay, you know what? To be fair, that's very abrasive. Jiro Hanbaiki, ni Umara Kawata, Ora wa Maikyu wo Samio. Reborn as a vending machine, now I wander the dungeon. I can't believe this is getting a fucking adaptation. A vending machine fanatic meets his demise when he is quite ironically crushed by a vending machine. To his dismay, well, that's not really... is that ironic? That just, if I spend all day being like, hey, I really, fucking cranes. I love being near cranes. And then if a crane runs over me, that seems like that was more likely to happen because I kept standing near a goddamn crane. Like that, I don't... I guess it's ironic, but just like... barely. A vending machine fanatic meets his demise when he is quite ironically crushed by a vending machine. To his dismay, he finds himself reincarnated as a vending machine in another world. Having re-emerged within a forest inhabited by frogmen and other monsters and supplied with only 2 products, Boxo the vending machine requires coins to keep itself stocked, powered, and upgraded with new skills. Luckily, the automat is rescued by a young woman who quickly realizes that it is sentient and carries it to a human settlement. Thereafter, the strange piece of machinery gradually makes an impact in the world around it, gaining numerous allies along the way, despite being utterly incapable of speech or movement and communicating only by playing out pre-recorded vending machine phrases. Hey, you remember what I said last time when we showed up at the isekai about a fucking sword? I have goddamn standards. Moving on. Dark Gathering. OLM. Why have I heard of OLM? What have you made, OLM? OLM has made... Oh, they made Komi, and they made the original Berserk anime, and they made Pokemon. And they made Nagataru. Okay, I knew I had heard of them. I'm like, you've been around. You've made something. And the answer is they've made a lot of things. They've made a lot of things. They've made a lot of things. Wow, they have made a lot of things. Wow, they made Gunsmith Cats? This is a fucking studio resume, honestly. This is actually impressive. This is a lot. This is a lot. Oh, they've also made some porn, it looks like. Wow, they've done everything. That's actually kind of funny. Hold up. The fucking Pokemon studio also made porn. They made a lot, which you just said. Now I leave. Alright, Kitaru Gentoga is a college freshman who hates ghosts. Unlucky for him, he has a knack for attracting spirits. Don't you just hate when that happens? 2 years ago, this connection led him to receiving a spiritual injury on his right hand, with his friend getting caught in the crossfire. The event caused him to become a shut-in, leaving it with him with very poor social skills. Don't you just hate when this happens? Kitaru is slowly starting to mingle with society thanks to the help of his childhood friend, Aiko Huzuki. Of course he is. As part of his rehabilitation, Kitaru takes part-time job of a private tutor, and his first pupil is none other than Aiko's cousin. Where is this going? Yayoi Hozuki. Besides being a child prodigy, there's another peculiarity regarding Yayoi. She has a spiritual connection, just like Kitaru. However, in contrast to Kitaru, she yearns to encounter spirits, hoping to find the ghost that took her mother away. Okay, alright. As Kitaru is dragged along by Yayoi and Aiko to haunted spots, his part-time job seems to be straying further and further away from its original purpose. This sounds like a comedy, but the tags say horror. So I don't know how to interpret that. That's the plot of a comedy. This is going to be one of those series where I'm going to say pass on, and then I will, in like 7 weeks, have already added it to my list because I've heard good things about it. Just you wait. Just you wait. In like 5 years, I'll review this anime. This is Shiro Seiji Tokoru Bokushi, which is Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. Okay. Dwaddling in the small outskirts of a peaceful town, Lawrence works as a local pastor for townsfolk. When in need, he's responsible for guiding people to the church to visit the saint, a symbol of good morals, who heeds each parisher's struggles and grants them sincere advice. Cecilia is a kind young girl who's tasked to fulfill this role. However, this tiresome job exhausts her. That, paired with her hidden soulmate nature, often causes her to laze around the church. This leaves Lawrence to care for the church all by himself, while Cecilia sleeps in anticipation for her next visitor. Lawrence caters to her needs alongside performing the church's numerous responsibilities. Slowly but surely, they began to form a comfortable and trusting relationship with one another. Lawrence accepting Cecilia's lax nature elates her, while she grows accustomed to Lawrence's overly doting nature. However, as this adoring and absent-minded saint's feelings for the dense and overly protective pastor progress past friendship, how will he respond? This is a 4-comedy fantasy romance. I would be shocked if there wasn't some slice of life elements to this. Anyway, I'm out of here. Get me the fuck out. I reject your reject your offer. This is Jitsu wa Ore Saikyo Deshita? Am I actually the strongest? To be reincarnated into another world with the promise of cheap power is one thing, but to be reborn as a baby and then left for dead after your royal parents think you're powerless? That's another thing entirely. Now the newly reborn Reinhardt, or Hart to his friends, must find his way through a dangerous world, but luckily he got magic that's quite literally off the charts. The plot this sounds like porn. Like, the plot sounds like a lineup for nun porn. I don't think so. It sounds a lot more like a slice of life story. It didn't sound porny enough to me. So this is about a guy who's a baby who gets abandoned with his super magical isekai powers. That's not that different from Mushoku Tensei, but as we've discussed, everything is Mushoku Tensei if you boil it down hard enough. So sure, fuck it, I'll watch it. I'll watch the little baby show. I'll watch the little show about the little baby being a super-powered G. This is level 1, Dakedo unique skill D, Saikyo desu. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. So does everyone's unique skill. You're not that fucking special. Ryota Sato, who died from overworking at a black company, was reincarnated into another world. Although Ryota was alive, he's now burdened with the inconvenience that he's fixed to level 1 in this new world. But if he's overpowered at level 1, who does it matter if he's fucking level 1 or not? What are you talking about, writer? If he's fucking busted at level 1, it doesn't matter. This is the same fucking mistake Cautious Hero made. His special skill is gun. If his special skill is just that he owns a gun, I might be on board. Although he isn't able to raise his level, he had a unique skill that can create a cheat-like item that shouldn't exist from a world of monsters. Oh my god, I think it really is just he has a gun. Knowing this, he maxed out his stats with the help of ability up items. Well, then what's the point of him being level 1? And he gathered a number of weapons and items that can only be used by himself, which has made him the strongest stats and gear despite being level 1. Then what's the point of being level 1? Then who cares? Who cares then? Why does it matter he's level 1 then? What are you talking about? Motherfucker, put in some goddamn effort. Oh, God. This is Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. It looks adorable, and I know I've read the plot before. I did. It was 2023, so it's fine. This is Higeki no Genkyo to Naru Seikyo Gedo Last Boss Ju. Or no, it would be Joe. It would be Joe. Wa Tami no Tame ni Tsukushimasu. The most heretical last boss queen from villainous to savior. Alright, sure. I mean, that's how Hank defeated all the knights in the original isekai, a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court. He got a revolver and then shot them. I mean, if his power was just, and I own a gun, I'd be a lot more interested. Pride Royal Ivy is the final boss and all-around scum in the Otome game to beam of light with you. Why couldn't she just be a fucking evil queen? If this bitch gets isekai'd... It is an isekai. They're just fucking ripping off my life as a villainess. Every time one person comes up with an interesting, unique isekai plotline, 3 other fucking writers, like 5 other writers feel the need to rip off the plot. They're like, oh shit, someone came up with an interesting isekai idea. Let's rip it off as hard as fucking possible. Mark Twain was on some shit. 100 years later, Japan was ripping off his shit. She committed innumerable crimes, from enslaving her adopted brother in a soul-binding contract to abusing her position against the servants in the household. In short, she's a villain of pure evil. A normal high school student in Japan reincarnates into the 8-year-old body of Princess Pride. The first order of business: survive! Wow! Never heard that before. To see another day. Using her cheat-like abilities, she resolves to save her father, rescue the kingdom, and become a kind, benevolent ruler. And so Pride resolves to change her fate no matter what it takes. Oh. I mean, I'm in. Yeah, like I always am. But come on. This is Rize no Atelier, Tokoyami no Jo to Himetsu no Kaku Riga. So this is an Atelier Riza, Ever Darkness and Secret Hideout. This is an Atelier Riza anime. Follows the story of Stout Raislin, a girl living on Kirkin Island in search of adventure, discovers an abandoned rowboat one summer day and sets out to the mainland with her friends Marslink Lent and Mongarten Tau. Along the way, Riza meets the alchemist Volmir Empel and his companion Cyrus Lilia, which sets her on a path of learning alchemy and her intertwining ventures, and she soon discovers the truth about her home. I'm just gonna play the game, is the thing. So, like, no. This is Helk, which is a terrible name, and I hate it. I hate the name. While humanity celebrates the defeat of the Demon King by the hands of a lone hero, I'm assuming named Hulk, the denizens of the demon world prepare for the contest of a lifetime, a tournament to decide who will inherit the title of Demon King. Okay, classic Yu Yu Hakusho plot. Now, 3 months later, the tournament has been proceeding smoothly, well, other than the fact that the favorite to come out on top is the hero Hulk. With a smile and a wave, he easily bests his demonic competition, all while loudly proclaiming his hatred for humans. Though he calls for the destruction of humanity, the truth of what lies behind his cheery facade remains a mystery. Doubtful of Hulk's intentions, Red Vamario, one of the 4 heavenly kings who oversees the realm of demons, seeks to uncover what the hero is truly after. With the title of Demon King at stake, the fate of the demon world rests on her shoulders. I'm very interested in where this is going, actually. That is a pretty good story line. That is a plot line that I'm on board for. I'd try Riza, but certain parts of that game look not appealing compared to other tele games like Marie. I'll get the remake on Switch. I managed to get Atelier Marie. I was about to play it, and then Zelda happened, and now I'm playing Zelda. So we'll get around to it. I got a very long backlog. Undead Girl Murder Farce. I've heard of this for some reason. The end of the 19th century, a vampire's wife is murdered and the detective known as Cage User is called to solve the crime. But there's more to the detective in the curtained bird cage she carries. After all, when solving a case involving a monster, it might just take one to know one. Okay, honestly, that's not bad. You know what? Sure, I'm on. Excuse me. This here is Temple. The English title is Undead Murder Farce. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot to read the English title because it looked exactly the same. This is Temple. Okay, the Japanese name is Temple, but the English name is Tenpuru, No One Can Live on Loneliness. Which is a fun example of the English title being horribly overcomplicated. And in case you're wondering, In case you're wondering, the Japanese is in fact just Tenpuru, which would just be the word temple. Cutting girl did make the title less ridiculous, Annie. You know what? That's a fair point. You're right. So let's see what temple's about. Wait. So the Japanese name is Tenpuru, which is just how you would say temple in Japanese. But instead of writing temple, no one can live on loneliness, as the name of the English title, they decided to phonetically write out Tenpuru. Who localized this? Who's at fault for this? Who did this? Who's doing this? Is it Kodansha? Kodansha, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Akimitsu Akigami was always told by his father that no one can live alone, but he's sure determined. After all, his father sure wasn't saying it with the best intentions, and Akimitsu has no desire to become like that creep. But when a chance encounter with a young woman leaves him with thoughts that are all too impure, he decides to do what he must, become a Buddhist monk and renounce his worldly ways. But the temple he devotes himself to is full of women, and that same young woman is there too? What's a guy to do? Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. I'm in. Yeah, it's Kodansha. The manga has the same title, and they self-published the English version. Fucking, sometimes you encounter a fucking anime, and you're like, what happened with the name of this? Like, how did someone fuck up? Like, usually it's on the Japanese side, where you see the Japanese name and you're like, what the fuck were they thinking? But every once in a while, once in a blue moon, you'll see an English title and go, okay, they've somehow made this worse. Nekiru Neku wa Kyomoyutsu. The masterful cat is depressed again today. You and me both, cat. When Saku took a stray black cat, she never expected that he would become the equivalent of a housekeeping life partner. But Yukichi, a giant cat who towers over Saku, is not your ordinary feline. He takes great pride in his culinary skills and is good at the sales to a supermarket. Always gets his whiskers twitching. Saku may not ever act together yet, but at least she has Yukichi. This is the same as Helpful Fox Senku-san, except for it's a cat, and also instead of a cute lowly fox girl, it's just a really big anthropomorphic cat. And also, I think it's 3D animated. Which it means, in other words, it's worse in almost every way. So, fuck, they better do that shit with the P3 remake. They better not fuck that up, too. This is Genjutsu no Yohane Sunshine in the Mirror. This is a cute little art style. Alright, I'm on board so far. Nobody knows the story of the girl that everybody knows. That's a dumb quote. New Mazu is a scenic port town surrounded by the mountains and the sea. Yohane, a girl who I'm not going to be able to say that and not think of Love Live. A girl who struggled to fit in with her surroundings since childhood spends her day avoiding people in the city. What I want to do, my true whereabouts, that is, walking with a girl that cannot be honest in a mysterious world you are familiar with, another sun that has yet appeared. Oh! Oh! Sunshine in a Mirror, Parent Story, Love Line, Sunshine. That wasn't my brain just thinking, oh, Yohane, like in Love Live. No, this is actually Yohane. No, but like actually Yohane, though. It wasn't just the same name. This was just actually Yohane. Love Live, what the fuck is this? Okay. What the fuck are you doing, Love Live? What the fuck are you doing? This is Seija Muso, Salaryman Isekai de Iki no Koru Tame ni Ayumu Michi, which is the Great Cleric in English. One day, Earth's god of destiny, and Galdiardia's chief god had a bet. The god of destiny lost and chose 10 mediocre souls to hand over. To those 10 souls, the chief god Galdardia handed them new vessels. Among these mediocre souls was one salaryman who fought against his destiny of death. How will this man grow from now on? Not the god of destiny, nor the chief god of Galdiarda, nor even the author themselves know. The author should probably know. You're not selling me if you're saying, oh, the author doesn't know. Well, the author should know. The author should have a general idea of where the fucking story is going. I was going to be like, has anyone reviewed it? But no one's reviewed it. But then I realized that the art was by Simi, and the story was by Broccoli Lion. And Broccoli Lion has made this. And something called Love Resettler. Who's this directed by? Makoto Tamagawa? Is anyone at all relevant working on this? Obviously, this person has a history, but they have not made a single anime. Is it weird if I'm kind of interested? I'm kind of in. I think this is AI no Idenshi. The gene of AI. The science fiction omnibus depicting a doctor who treats robot and humanoid problems takes place in the near future when humanoids with artificial intelligence count for 10% of the population. The main character, Dr. Pseudo Hikaru, also has the undercover name Mogadit, under which he secretly takes on illegal medical procedures. He once swapped a man's penis for a baboon's penis. For example, for a man who inadvertently infected his humanoid wife with a computer virus when illegally backing up her data, Suda proposes an operation to rewrite her memory using backup data. Could an existence replayed by backup data truly be the same as it was before? No! And it's horrifying. Why would I... This man sounds terrible. I don't know why I would want to watch this. It sounds like a man who fucking deleted his wife's brain and replaced it. Okay, this is Okashi na Tensei, Sweet Reincarnation. A promising patissier meets his demise and leaves the world without ever having achieved his dream of making the world's greatest pastry. But when he's given another chance, he reincarnates as a 9-year-old pastry Mille Mortlin. That's apparently this character's name. Determined to be successful this second time. His life would not be as sweet as his treats, though, as he encounters unfamiliar hardships in the magical world. To get one step closer to his lifelong desire, Pastry must learn how to fight, utilizing his confectionery knowledge and discovering magic along the way. This sounds kind of like Toriko. Although I really have to say, I do love the art style. It does look super cute. You know what? I might be in. The answer to your question was given to you at the very beginning of the stream, Maid, and it is because of Mushoku Tensei helping popularize the isekai genre. Everyone's ripping off Mushoku Tensei. That's the answer. Like I said, one person comes up with a good idea, and then you have, like, at least minimum 5 other writers who immediately rip them off. I've always noticed this as you read. It's always then Jim was reincarnated into 7-year-old Dick Kick. I'm the most powerful kicker in the world. It's because everyone's ripping off Mushoku Tensei, but they don't understand what would made it so good. Spy Kyoshitsu second season. Spy Classroom season 2. I think I added season 1 because it actually looked legitimately good, didn't I? No, I didn't. I didn't. I apparently passed on it. Alright. Ayaka. Or, in English, Ayaka, A Story of Bonds and Wounds. I think the last isekai I liked was Tanya the Evil. Yanagi, which, you know what? You'd have thought that Tanya the Evil would have been ripped off harder. But honestly, I can't think of many isekai stories. Like, I can't... A lot of people ripped off Overlord. A lot of people ripped off Mushoku Tensei. A lot of people ripped off, like Shield Hero or Konosuba or shit like that. But, like, I can't think of anyone that ripped off Tanya, funny enough. Funny enough, Tanya is, like, the one series that I don't think got ripped off that hard. A lot of people rip off Slime. Probably because Tanya the Evil goes way too hard in the military otakus. They went, well, okay, I would have thought that Isekai Smartphone was too far into being a parody to possibly get ripped off, but then Masters of Ragnarok came out. So, like, I don't think that's an excuse. I'm genuinely baffled that no one has ripped off Tanya. I think it might be because Tanya's flavor is so, like... Because a lot of other, like, isekai go really hard into, like, fantasy settings. I think the major thing is if you rip off Tanya, it becomes immediately too obvious. Because Tanya's, like, the only World War I isekai. Those books go deep into strategy and shit that's too hard to rip off. Yeah, I think the setting of Tanya makes it very hard to mimic. Anyway, Yanagi Yukito's is an orphan who one day encounters an eccentric disciple of his father's. The strange man takes him to a birthplace on Ayakajima, made of 7 islands where mysterious beings called Mitama and dragons are rumored to reside. There, Yukito meets his father's 2 other disciples who protect the harmony of Ayakajima, which threatens to collapse. This sounds like this could be interesting, but I kind of need a definitive answer on, is there a motherfucking dragon in this? And so far, nothing is telling me that this has a dragon. Oh, hold on. This person has more info. They changed the cast. Japan's most deranged VA has an affair. America's least deranged VA, a pet. There's nothing about this. I need to know more about this before I'm willing to jump in. I need to know more about this. Okay, so here's what's getting me right now, right? I am seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cute boys on this poster, and this poster has 4 cute boys. And here's the thing, right? This poster has 1 cute girl in it. That's way too high cute boy to cute girl ratio for me, all right? That's a turnoff. That tells me that I'm probably not the target demographic for this, right? If I was the target demographic for this, these numbers would be flipped. So, I think I'm going to pass for now unless I hear something really good about it. Alright, Monogatari, second season. This is the second season of Monogatari, which is a sequel to the first season of Monogatari, or Malevolent Spirits Monogatari, which came out in 23, which I was like, no fucking thank you. So, let's go to level 1. Level 1, there we go. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Never change anime. I may have went hurtling off the cliff, and I can no longer, like, everything... I may have gone that final step. I may have taken that last step where everything is disappointing to me now. See, the bisexual in me just doesn't care about the ratio of cute guys to girls, but the art is just not appealing. Neither is the plot. It sounds meh. It sounds like there's not enough here, is the thing. Like, if there was more to this, like, it's like, supposedly there are dragons here, but I'm like, okay, but like, are there dragons here? What's gonna be happening in this? Like, the plot's like, boy finds his dad's retainers in an island where some shit happens, and it's like, okay, like, and then what, though? Like, what is this about? Like, that's the problem. There's nothing to grasp onto, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Level 1 Mao to 1 room Yusha. Level 1 Demon Lord and 1 room Hero. 10 years ago, the hero Max defeated the Demon Lord, as you do. I love how over the top the poster is. It looks like a 90s anime. Is the thing, like an early 90s anime. I kind of like that. And then shit happens, dub. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I need more. I need to know what it's about. Like, it's halfway interesting, but the other half is going, okay, so that, like, and then, though? Does he just meet some cute boys? I need more than that, right? In order to regain his power, the Demon Lord went into a deep slumber. But then he awakens. His body is only a chibi version of its fearsome form. Now curious to see what the enemy is up to, the Demon Lord visits Max, only to discover the mighty hero living in a dirty one-room apartment. The Demon Lord decides to move in with Max and help his old enemy become a formidable opponent once again. This doesn't... No. Alright, this is Sensuality Noir. The year is 2222. It's been years since the tears of New Moon. A mysterious rain poured and wiped out almost the entire human race, as it does sometimes. The poisonous rain gave birth to deformed creatures devouring humans, and humanity has fled from the danger as means for survival. Isn't this the plot of Nazca? The humans then build an underground Amasia. In this newly built dystopian city, in pursuit of maintaining their existence, they run into an artificial intelligence named Magus, not knowing how things will work between them. The story of how humans and AI coinciding, trying to find their truth, begins. This sounds like half of a plot line that could be interesting, but I bet you it's gonna be terrible. And you know what? I'm gonna pass on this. I do want to say though that this is just Ray. The robot is this is just Ray. This is just Ray. What is this? This is a Twitter thing. I can't look at Twitter things. All right, what do we got? Oh, I guess I can mute desktop audio. Hey, I've seen this one. Alright. This is Bang Dream. It's my go. It's somehow related to Bang Dream. Whatever. You know what that shit is. I've talked about it before. This is Yami Shibai 11. A show. This is the 11th season of Yami Shibai. I hear Yami Shibai falls off at season 3. I can't believe it's still being made. This is Hyakusho Kizoku. Before becoming a manga artist, Hiromu Arakawa spent 7 years working as a farmer in Hokkaido. Well acquainted with the many emotions that are part of the parcel of agricultural work, she captures the harsh realities of Japanese dairy farming while also shedding light on this tough and powerful way of life in a series of side-splitting episodes. Known for numerous works in which she celebrates the joys of life, in this essay-style comic, Arawa reveals her own roots and little-known truth about the farming life. Isn't that the FMA author? Let's fucking find out. Let's fucking find out right the hell now. Yes, it is. Apparently, the creator of Full Metal Alchemist was a fucking farmer for 7 years. Now you know. You didn't know that, but now you know. Does she do anything other than FMA that I'm familiar with? Other than Arslan. Well, she did the art for Arslan Senki, but she didn't, like, create it, so... No, mostly just FMA. I guess if you make FMA, though, that's all you really need to do, right? You already knew that? Well, there you go then. This is Card Fight Vanguard Will Plus Dress Season 3. See, this is a sick-ass jacket. That's all I have to say about that. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. She talks about it in the chapter bits where she writes, in the like author notes and stuff. Okay. That's probably also why she does such a good fucking job of like drawing grass and shit. Like she makes some lush grass fields. That's also why milk is a running gag in FMA, because she was a milk farmer. Oh. I never really caught the milk joke, but this is Shadowverse Flame 7 Shadows Hen, which is the 5th core of the Shadowverse Flame. I don't think you can still call it a core. Oh, I guess you can. Oh, I guess they did 50 episodes and then they took a break. I guess it is a 5th core. Fuck me, alright? Wait, they only got to 50... Wait, this is the 5th core and they only got to... 12 episode season. Okay, no, that tracks. I'm being stupid. Alright, this is Ikemono-san. This is a new series of anime shorts based on Atsushi Wada's original short film and game, My Exercise. As it does. How much more do we got? Should I go get water? I should go get water. I'm going to go get water. Okay, so we finished TV. Now we're going to ONA. I'm going to go get some water. I'm going to go get some of this fucking tasty water. This fucking, yummy, good water. Just this fucking delectable fucking liquid refreshment. And then we'll be back and we'll talk about ONAs and I will poorly read Chinese. Alright, I'm back with some fucking tasty, fucking refreshing, moderately temperate, fucking just that fucking good, liquid, clear water. That kind of refreshing shit. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like invigorating fucking fluid. That fucking age-old dinosaur piss. You know what I'm saying? That nice filtered shit. You know what I'm saying? The clean, liquid refreshment. That hydration. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, that's some good shit. Excuse me. Alright. This is Shi Guangdairen 2, or Link Click Season 2. Wasn't Link Click that, yeah, where everyone was talking about, like, look how good the animation is for the opening. Alright, this is Han Mabaki, Son of Ogre, 2nd season. everyone on the cover looking like they fucking ate muscle juice. Hey, we're getting pickle! Fuck yeah! I can't wait for some fucking pickle. Are you kidding me? Can't wait for the pickle. I love the pickle. Whatever. It's a fucking another season of Baki, dude. Who cares? I mean, I care. I'm gonna watch it, but I mean, like, it's another. What do you want? Tonikaku Kawaii. Joe Shikohen. Tonikawa over the moon for you. High school days. What's the point of watching Tonikawa over the moon for you high school days if they didn't know each other in high school? It's a romance, but before the main characters knew each other. What's the fucking point then? Nase, at the request of his former junior high school teacher, Miss Yanagi, finds himself entrusted with teaching a programming class at a high school. Oh no, he's teaching the high school. Okay, that's less fucking insane than I thought it was. Here's the catch. It's an all-girls school. Surrounded by limitless energy of teenage girls, Nase tries to remain his composure, but deep down he can't help feeling nervous. A capricious boyfriend, secret admiration for someone, and a multitude of romantic dilemmas that can't be solved by programming. Nase wonders if he can crack the equation of love. You watch these two dickheads fuck around? What is that, link click? Oh, and Tonikawa, like a high school days. yeah, I would be like, what the fuck? No, apparently it's high school days because he's teaching at a high school. It's significantly less fucking insane. Shimutsu no Wolkari 2 Part 2, Record of Ragnarok Part 2, and we see here the fight between Buddha and someone who's not fucking Buddha, apparently. Zero Fuku, which is a god I don't know. If I remember the plot, it's like some weird merger of like a bunch of different deities, isn't it? Isn't that the idea? Yeah, I think the reason I don't know who he is they made him the fuck up. Record of Ragnarok. Yeah, I saw some guy like animate the fights to this, and I thought that was really cool. And then they made an anime about it, and I was like, well, this entire thing's just a fucking, like, the more I researched it, the more I'm like, well, this is just a big fucking tournament arc, though. Like, this entire thing is just a big fucking tournament. So, like, why the fuck would I watch that? Like, speaking of the entire thing being just a fucking big tournament, why the fuck would I watch that? We've got the second season of Kengan Ashura. So, fun fact, Kengan Ashura exists in the same universe. I think I talk about this in my review of How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? Oh, wow, it's not even mentioned. There we go. Okay, so Kengan Ashura takes place in the same universe as How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, which is a fucking fantastic anime, for the record. And Kengan Ashura is not a fantastic anime. I gave season 1 a 4, and season 2 I gave a fucking 5, and I said, at this rate, in 2 seasons, it might actually be good. And I'm willing to give it that chance. So, let's see where this is headed. Bastard! Ankoku no Haikaishin Season 2 ONA. If I don't have Bastard marked, I'm upset with myself. Oh, okay, I did have it marked. Okay, I did. Bastard fucking sucks. When I was getting into Berserk, I heard it mentioned at the same time as being like similar to Berserk. And from what I understand, it is similar to Berserk in the same way that like fucking Saints Row 4 is similar to like fucking Grand Theft Auto 2. Like Oh, I forgot to actually read this, didn't I? Whatever, it's the second season of Bastard. What the fuck do you want? There's not a lot of descriptions for things in this episode, and honestly, I'm okay with that. This is Natsu no Taizai Ensa no Edinburgh Part 2, The Seven Deadly Sins, The Grudge of Edinburgh Part 2. Seven Deadly Sins was really good in Season 1 and should not have gone past Season 1. No, it should not have. Every season past Season 1 is fucking worse than the last season. I gave Bastard OVA 5, which seems nice since I remember it being a 4. This is Wang Shenji 4. This is the 4th season of Wang Shenji. Oh, the 3rd season of Wang Shenji came out in 22, which means I've read it. Goodbye, losers! This is Kyokai Senki Kyoko no Soki, which is apparently a spin-off of Kyoki Senki, which came out in fall 2021. That is a Gundam. That is just a Gundam. That is a Gundam. It's also made by Sunrise, who also makes Gundam. Gundam versus Hello Kitty. While preparing for a tea party, Hello Kitty receives a distress signal from Haru. She travels to the Universal Century timeline, which is the main canon timeline of Gundam, to help Amuro Ray, the main character of the original Gundam, and the Gundam end the 1-year war, which is the central plot of the original 1979 Mobile Suit Gundam. Cross-promotion to commemorate the 40th anniversary of Gundam and the 45th anniversary of Hello Kitty. You know? Oh shit, this is canon. That's what it sounds like this is canon. I don't remember that part of Gundam. I don't remember the part Hello Kitty showed up and just started going fucking ham on fucking Char-Astable. But apparently I skipped an episode. Can I find this somewhere? Hold the fuck up. I've got to watch this. If I can watch this, I have got to watch this. Holy... If I can find that anywhere, I will be watching it. I'm not going to be watching whatever this is. But if I can find that... I skipped the past episode, apparently, yeah. What the fuck, dude? Oh, this is Zhao Luhe, Zhao Lan's second season, which is the second season, of course, Zhao Luhe, Zhao Lan. Nailed it. You've never heard anyone speak Chinese so eloquently. Which came out in 2018, which means I've read what this is about before. This is Yujo Sacho R, Cute Executive R. Which, the original Cute Executive R, oh, I already have on my Playing to Watch list, and it came out in 21. So we'll watch it if we watch it. This is Feng Ling Yu Zhou Zhang. Oh, it's on YouTube? Awesome. Done. It's happening. It's fucking happening. I will be watching this within the next few days. Feng Ling Yu second season. Honestly, it's a really good... It looks good. Soulmate adventure. This seems like this could be really good if it wasn't made in China. Allow me to explain. The Chinese government hates gay people. And so, despite the fact that this looks like this is set up to be a nice, cute lesbian romance, I guarantee you it's not. I guarantee you it's complete Yuri bait. Wu Nao Monu. Yeah, it said 2 minutes, 3 episodes, so it's a very quick watch. I hope there's enough for me to make a full review over it, though. This woman has no head. This is a Chinese show about a woman who lost her head. Poor woman. I don't read Chinese, so I can't tell you what that says. That says Japanese. Well, I can't read that anyway. It is on Bilibili, which is like Chinese YouTube. 15 episodes. Well, moving on. What's Yuri bait? Oh, Feng Ling Yu Jiu is Yuri bait. Yongsheng Xinyan Zi Yui. Probably somewhere in the ball. At least 2 of those syllables were close. Immortality, second season. In the majestic fantasy world, how does the protagonist Feng Hong traverse the world with his own strength, relying on an unyielding stubbornness to break through the mysteries of supernatural powers and forge the physical bond into an immortal body? There are endless... Why has why has the fucking emote got stuck in the bottom corner? I have an emote stuck in the bottom corner. Oh, there it went. Oh, it popped. Chinese Yuri bait sounds weird because China is homophobic as fuck. Well, no, I mean, that's why it's Yuri bait. Like, that, the point I was making is, like, because they do, because I, as I've been told, they do this with their, like, shows, with, like, men too, like the sort of like yaoi bait also, is because as close as they can get is like they can like create like yaoi bait, Yuri bait shows, but they can't actually create like gay romances because of, you know, China being super homophobic. So that's the point I was making, is it's totally Yuri bait because the Chinese government won't let them fucking go there, is what I'm saying. So anyway, in a majestic fantasy world, how does the protagonist Feng Han traverse the world with his own strength, relying on an unyielding stubbornness to break through the mysteries of supernatural powers and forge the physical body into an immortal body? There are endless novel magic weapons. In the brand new prosperity of the 3 realms of immortals, demons, and fans will be opened by the protagonist. What the fuck is a fan? The 3 realms of immortals, demons, and fans? Is that like a Chinese thing I don't know? U.S. used to do that in like the 30s. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the U.S. still kind of does that. Like, it's only recently becoming more acceptable to show like gay couples and stuff. So let's not give the U.S. a full clear yet. No, but seriously though, the 3 realms of immortals, demons, and fans, like, is this like a sort of thing I don't know about? What the because I'm just picturing like paper folding fans, will be opened by the protagonist in turn. It will take you to experience the fantasy demeanor of the immortal sect, demon gods, kings, and emperors. The protagonist will also experience the love and hatred in the world, the entanglement of grievances and resentments, and the disputes between immortals and demons. Finally, lead you on the road to the top king. Sure, this is the sequel to Yongsheng. which came out in 22, so I definitely read it already. Excuse me, this is Dao Zhuanxi. I was thinking mostly because by the 70s you had like gay comics, and while it wasn't mainstream in any way, shape, or form, it did exist. I mean that's fair. I mean, like we can show gay couples nowadays. If that's what you were intending, then yeah, fair enough. That this is all we know about Dao Zhuanxi. This is it. This is all you get. This fucking PS2 looking poster. This fucking PS2 poster is all you get. This is Sige Yongzi. Oh, hey, I know one of that is a river, I think. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure that one's a river. The hero has defeated the Demon King, but the princess he meant to save turned out to be a prince! Oh, no! It looks like bad PS2 box art for an action game. Yeah. Neat Dom, here he comes, but a life of relaxation surrendered by anime is pretty sweet deal. Unfortunately, he gets caught up in a millennia-old legend, curses, and twisted plots involving multiple kingdoms and many dragons. Though and through, he'll follow a pathway of whimsy, even if it involves him piling it up with villains. Oh, hey, more queerbaiting. I think the implication is that he like saves the princess, and it's just like it's a dude, and it's like I guess I gotta go home. Can't get with the prince. Can't do that. That'd be yucky. That'd be yucky. Fucking male hero saves a prince, and they get together and get happily gay married. Can't have that happen. We're China. Shenlong Qi Yu Wu Shong Zhu Tianmo Pian Ding Dang. I would like to formally apologize to the Chinese people, and just to anyone, honestly, who speaks Mandarin. Even if you only know a little bit, I would like to formally apologize to you, because this is worse than when I was poorly reading Japanese. This is because at least I was kind of close. This is a fucking I am aware I'm not close. I have no idea what sounds I'm supposed to be making with my mouth right now. My Taiwanese grandmother is coming to town soon. I'll be sure to play this factor. Be sure to play the apology. Also, just my formal apology to anyone who knows how to read this. The Land of Miracles, 3rd season. Oh, when did this come out? This came out in 23. When did season 1 come out? Well, it came out in 23, so I already fucking read it. Doesn't matter. Alright, this is Zhengyang Wushen. Zhengyang Wushen, Soul of Light. At least we have an English title for that one. This is Gaishi Daizun. Moving on. This is Dai Zuli, the First Order. That's a cool wall. It's very Attack on Titan. Actually, that font's very Attack on Titan. Is this just a fucking Chinese ripoff of Attack on Titan? This is Chinese Attack on Titan? This is Buzing Si Yuan Qi. Blader Soul. Buzing Si Yuan Qi. This is Gao Shou Jiao Guan. Oh, that's a cute monster diner. That's a cute little art style. Look at that. That's a cute little art style. That's cute. That's a cute little art style. This is Feng Hao Zanji. Feng Hao Zanji. This just looks like Resident Evil. That's just Resident Evil. That is Resident Evil. Look, that's Chris. That's Wesker. That's Jill. This is just Resident Evil. Chain of Monster Diner, Japan, Monster Brothel. That show is actually surprisingly decent. This is Nishan Jaishen. Nishan Jaishen. It's better than you'd expect, honestly. Like Isekai brothel or whatever it is like it's like you'd expect it to be fucking abysmal. It's actually decent. It's not like great or anything, but like you'd expect it to be on the fucking ground, and it's actually a watchable, decent show. Mainly because Nextaku was the one shilling it, and he's obnoxious fun. Oh, I fucking can't stand Nextaku. I cannot fucking stand him. I've watched like 3 videos with him, and I was like, oh, these are pretty good videos. And it turns out, when I watched these 3 good Nextaku videos, that I watched the only 3 good Nextaku videos he ever fucking made. Because whenever I watched a new Nextaku video after that, or saw any other Nextaku video after those 3 videos, I fucking hated it. Like, not just like, I fucking could not watch it. Like, I find him so fucking irritating and obnoxious. And so I unsubscribed after very quickly realizing that I had made a mistake and that I cannot fucking stand this person. And like, yeah, the fucking review, like, anti-review bomb with the fucking isekai with the fucking brothel reviewers is so fucking irritating. And like the fact that so many people are like still on his sides, where it's like, oh, he's just bringing attention to my anime list. He's like, who cares about the validity of the ratings? And it's like, what are you talking about? It's a fucking review site where like the attention he's bringing is almost exclusively negative. He's like overloading the fucking servers, like having people fucking artificially inflate rankings. It like a fucking course. Fucking out of their goddamn mind. Oh my god. I am pretty sure my brothel reviewers video is out. You know what? We could actually watch that because it's my video. So the only one who can copyright claim me is me, and I won't be doing that. So yeah. Azure Lane Queen's orders. Due to severe fatigue and exhaustion, Azure Lane's commander collapses and enters a coma. I apparently added this at some point. To prevent unrest and anxiety from breaking out, Secretary Ship Queen Elizabeth. I think that was last season. I know people who switched to Annalist over that. Because of the fucking obnoxious Nux crowd? Honestly, yeah. Like, see? It's the exact opposite, right? Because you know those fucking people didn't stick around. And then they ended up losing people. So yeah, it was a fucking targeted attack. It's fucking absolutely ridiculous. To prevent unrest and anxiety from breaking out, Secretary Ship Queen Elizabeth decides to fill for the commander in secret alongside her longtime friend War Sprite and select few. However, Queen Elizabeth soon realizes that taking the mantle of leader is far from an easy task as she strives to make sure everything goes smoothly while keeping the truth concealed. The situation gradually worsens, with more ship girls becoming to suspect the commander's whereabouts. And I've already added that, so apparently I was on board. We've made it to movies. This is Alice to Teresa no Maburoshi Kojo, which is an interesting title. Masamune, a third-year middle school student, lives in a town where all the exits have been sealed off due to a sudden explosion at a steel mill. That seems like the opposite of what people would do. Causing time to stand still. Never mind. Residents are forbidden from making any change and spend their suffocating days in hopes of returning to normalcy someday. One day, Masamune's mysterious classmate, Mutsumi, guides him to the fifth furnace of the steel mill, where they encounter a girl who cannot speak and resembles a wild wolf. The meeting between the two girls and Masamune disrupts the balance of the world, and the unstable impulse of love from boys and girls tired of their daily lives begins to destroy the world. This reminds me of that anime I watched where a bunch of students take over a factory and then they meet an immigrant child that they're trying to keep away from being deported, and then the main character confesses to his crush, and then his crush confesses to her best friend. This is Kamitachi wa do Ikiru ka. Miyazaki derived the film's title from No! VTuber, I was subjected to Mori Calliope Demon Dice music 2 days ago, which was so bad it was unbearably bad even when I was told to get a load of this shit. It's terrible. I was not prepared for just how bad it's going to be. You know what? I actually like some of Mori's songs. Some of them. Miyazaki derived the film's title from the writer Genzaburo Yoshino's 1937 masterpiece of the same name. Of fucking course. He added that this book is a story that has great meaning to the protagonist of his film. Yoshino's book centers around a man named Koperu and his uncle, and through Koperu's spiritual growth, it discusses how to live as human beings. Wow, I cannot fucking wait for Miyazaki to crawl so far up his own asshole that he ends up shitting his own face out. Alright, Hibiki Euphonium Ensemble Contest 10. The long-awaited new work. Oh yeah, this got delayed for fucking ever because of the arson. The long-awaited new work will be screened in theaters as a medium-length animation in the summer of 2023. Along with Summer Brass Band Competition, the ensemble contest, commonly known as ANCON, is a place where exciting performances are held. The performance of several people in one group has a charm different from that of a competition. In order to participate in the Kyoto Prefectural Tournament of ANCON, a representative team is selected in the school's preliminary round. However, with over 50 members, Kituji High School Brass Band is facing a variety of problems. Will Kumiko, the newly appointed head of the club, be able to make it through the preliminary rounds? Alright. Oh, you... Kiumi no Kaina Hoshi no Kenja. Kaina of the Great Snow Sea Star Sage. I legitimately think I've heard of this for some reason. A world blanketed in an endless, ever-growing ocean of snow. The people eke out a living either huddled around the roots of enormous trees dotted the surface or high in the canopy which spreads over the planet's atmosphere. A chance meeting between Kaina, a youth from the canopy, and Liha, a young woman from the surface, sets off a chain of events that will change the fate of the world. Why do I think I've heard of this? Oh, this is like, okay, this is related to a anime that came out in winter 23. So this is, I guess, the movie sequel to that. Well, if it's good, then I'll give it a little gander. I'll give it a little watchy watch. City Hunter movie. The year is 2023. And City Hunter fans have something to look forward to for the first time in over 20 years. Tenshi no Naimeda, City Hunter the movie, Angel Dust. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. One day I'll hop on that fucking City Hunter train. Sandland. Was Sandland... Sandland was done by someone I know. Was it Akira Toriyama? It was Akira Toriyama. Yeah. In the far future, war has destroyed the entire Earth, leaving only a barren wasteland where the supply of water is controlled by the greedy king. In search of a long-lost lake, Sheriff Rao asked the king of the demons for help, and got the king's son, Beelzebub, and his assistant, Thief. Together, the unlikely trio set off across the desert, facing dragons, bandits, and the deadliest foe of all, the king's army itself. Really? It had a movie in 2016? I'm surprised City Hunter's still going in that case. Biohazard Death Island. With everyone's favorite characters, Chris and fucking Leon. But, hold up. Also, Jill and someone named Maria Gomez? A slender, blonde, beautiful woman who supports Arise. Since she received physical remodeling like Diego, her human emotions have faded, and now she only shows feelings to Diego. Oh, it's 2019. Wow, okay. Fair enough. Wow, you cannot win me over harder with a Resident Evil movie than being like, hey, we have a character that really likes Diego. You know, fan favorite Resident Evil character, Diego. Everyone loves Diego. DSO agent Leon S. Kennedy is on a mission. DSO? So this is after RE6, I guess. Is on a mission to rescue Dr. Antonio Tyler from kidnappers when a mysterious woman thwarts his pursuit. Meanwhile, BSAA agent Chris Redfield is investigating a zombie outbreak in San Francisco where the cause of the infection cannot be identified. The only thing the victims have in common is they all visited Alcatraz Island recently. Following that clue, Chris and his team head to the island where a new horror awaits them. This sounds genuinely unwatchable. Maria Gomez is from Resident Evil Vendetta, which is a fucking terrible movie. Well, guess what? This is a sequel to Resident Evil Vendetta. So, there you go. Precure All-Stars movie. Precure is continuing on its dominant reign of straying incredibly far from its source material, while also becoming, I think at this point, the longest fucking magical girl series in goddamn history. Okay, can I go on a goddamn rant? Can I go on a fucking goddamn rant? Alright, I saw a fucking thumbnail, didn't watch the video, don't know how full of shit it is. But I saw a thumbnail, and it drove me up the fucking wall, which was like, it was like Madoka Magica, the anime that killed a genre. Can I just say something? If you are a Madoka Magica fan, and you have only seen Madoka Magica, and you have not watched another fucking magical girl anime in the past 20 years, shut the fuck up about magical girl anime. You have no goddamn idea what you are fucking talking about, and you are not goddamn entitled to a fucking opinion. You do not watch the genre. You do not know what you are fucking talking about. Fucking Madoka is not a fucking deconstruction of the magical girl genre. It's not even that out of the ordinary. It's just a little extra dark. It's not even the darkest magical girl anime. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. If you are a Madoka fan and you are not a fan of the genre, shut the fuck up. I am so sick of seeing Madoka fans talk about magical girl anime like they have any goddamn idea what they are talking about. Alright? If you're a Madoka fan, that's fine. Be like, I'm a Madoka fan. I don't really watch other magical girl anime. And admit that shit. Don't fucking talk like you're a goddamn magical girl expert, because you're fucking not. And I'm so fucking sick of these people. It wasn't even that creative. Anyway, Precure All-Stars movie F. Osumatsu-san Tamashi no Takoyaki Party To Densetsu no Otomari Kai. R.E. Vendetta writer, zombies have missing flesh and limbs. Which is a Osumatsu-san movie, which is apparently a lot older than I thought it was. We have Crayon Shinshan, movie 31, Chono Ryoku, Daikessen, Tobe Tobe, Temikizushi. I am so fucking on board for a goddamn Shinshan movie. You have no fucking idea. I cannot goddamn wait. I am chomping at the bit. Give me my goddamn Shinshan. Where is my fucking Shinshan? Alright, we got Wasuri Hoshi no Volicia. Volicia of Pluto Vapor Trail, Another Age, 2006. It's the far future of 2006. 31 shit, I would have thought it'd been movie 10,000 at this point. Well, it's a Shinshan movie 10,000. That's not including crossover films. When did Vapor Trail come out? 2021? This is a Yuri mech movie starring two girls bound by a bond stronger than friendship. I'm surprised I didn't mark this down. This one line alone is usually would have been enough to sell me. In 2079, the world's first orbital elevator was built in the Pacific Ocean to commemorate the peace that mankind regained after the Third World War. However, during the completion ceremony, a huge red humanoid object appears from outer space. It was so powerful, mankind was defeated in vain resistance. The orbital elevator was occupied, and since then, mankind has entered a war with a red hostile flying object, vacant, flying from there. In the summer 2099, it's been 20 years since the war started. Humanity developed the 7th generation fighter, 7th, and succeeded. Wow, what a creative fucking name. It succeeded in suppressing Vacant to the vicinity of the nearby elevator. Yashima military base floating in the Pacific Ocean. A woman who belongs to the Special Technology Research Department, Miku, drives back forward wing 7th FSX 02 Tenra and flies in the blue sky. Together with the personality of Lisa, a girl who was once separated and stored in the machine's computer just to be together. A Yuri mech movie starring two girls bound together by bond far stronger than friendship. Rereading this, I know exactly why I didn't watch this. Never mind. I made the right decision the first time. This is 5 Tobun no Hanayome, the quintessential quintuplets. Tilda! Featuring stories from the manga not adapted to the main anime. Yeah, so I know how the manga ends, and that's why I stopped watching, because I know who wins, and I'm not happy about it. And so I would rather not go through the entire story just to get disappointed, because I know who I want to win, and I know who doesn't, as the one I wanted. So, it does seem cute. Not going to say it doesn't seem cute. Not going to begrudge anyone, but I know where it's going, and then I got off the train. This is Fate, Strange Fake Whispers of Dawn. We all know my rule for Fate. I only care about Shiro and Artoria. So you better fucking sell me on it real goddamn quick. You better been like, we got fucking Shiro, or we got Artoria, or we got Shiro and Artoria. Because if you don't got either of them, I'm fucking out. I'm outie. Alright, it's the Holy Grail War begins. Mages, masters, and their heroic spirit servants fight for control of the Holy Grail, an omnipotent wish-granting device said to fulfill any desire. Years have passed since the end of the 5th Holy Grail War in Japan. New signs... So this is like a sequel to Fate Stay Night? No, it says alternate Stay Night. Okay, so no, this is an alternative. Sure enough, masters and servants begin to gather a missing servant class, impossible servant summonings, a nation shrouded in secrecy, and a city created in the battleground. In the face of such irregularities, the Holy Grail War is twisted and driven into the depths of madness. Let the curtain rise on the masquerade of humans and heroes, made to dance upon the stage of a false Holy Grail. Alright, so who's the saber in this? Who is that? That is Richard the Lionheart. Okay. Yeah. So that you know who Richard the Lionheart's not? Artoria. But it's got Gilgamesh. Everyone loves Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh isn't overplayed at all. Oh, look, we've got fucking Gilgamesh. Oh, all right. So I'm down. I'm so out. I am not down for that shit. All right, that's it. We're done. We did it. Good job, everyone. Fucking, you did it. You're the best. So real quick, let's watch my brothel reviewers review, which I'm pretty sure exists. It does. It's 3 minutes. Fuck it. We'll watch it. Yeah, I liked my own video. Eat a dick. Someone's got to. Interspecies Reviewers is an anime probably known best for its controversies than anything else. First, Funimation dropped it from its streaming service because they incompetently picked it up without realizing it's an I can't believe it's not hentai. And then a YouTuber had his fan base, in protest of that, reverse review bomb the MAL page, causing MAL to create stronger countermeasures against review bombing. Countermeasures that clearly don't work, because Full Metal Alchemist fans still managed to keep Brotherhood at the top of the list. I remember I had to rephrase this a few times because I was a little more finger pointy, and I try to be not actively hostile in actual reviews. So I had to re-record because keep in mind I don't script these reviews or anything. It's as off the cuff as normally as what most of what I say is. But I had to go over that one a few times just because I was a little too accusatory. I didn't want to stir some shit, but I wanted to stir enough shit that my position was clear enough without being actively inflammatory. Interspecies Reviewers is about a group of
adventurers a review of my own
who
review,
spend their
apparently.
free time and money doing brothel reviews. And they managed to get up a pretty decent fan base and following and actually managed to make more money, which they then use to review more brothels. There's not really any other parts to the plot other than that. That's basically it. And the characters are as flat as pancakes. The real draw to the show is the ecchi scenes, which manage to be very diverse and very creative. I can see a lot of the instances.
I'm not accusatory. Also, Sakio, one of my mons comes me to watch.
You don't know how many times I had to record that line. Maybe the original line was way worse. This would probably put some people off. I'm not the biggest fan of ecchi fan service scenes, but if you are, this has anything you could probably want, unless you want to get to some hardcore Guro stuff. I will say
so that statement might surprise most people, but that is actually true. I'm actually not super into fan service scenes. I don't have any problems with them. I think it would be impossible to look over everything I've ever watched and imagine I have a problem with fan service, but it's not actually a main draw. But fan service scenes are often in harem comedies, which are something I'm enjoying because harems tend to have elements of romance into them and stuff like that. And I'm a big romance comedy fan, so it's usually that they go hand in hand. But I'm not a huge fan service fan. Made us a no taste havern. Maybe watch this 80s OVA card.
Most surprising part about this show is that it's actually decent. Because aside from the rampant fan service scenes, I will say that this show presents a world where there's a diverse array of different species, different types of girls across, all walks of life, all across ages. And it manages to delve into them, and you kind of get the idea that a lot of characters are sort of stereotypes of what their race would be, especially when they're reviewing the different brothels. So the show manages to get pretty wide in the different perspectives that you can see throughout the show. One of the characters is human, one of the characters is an elf, one of the characters is a hermaphrodite angel,
And so then there's other characters too, but they don't particularly matter. So you get to see all these different perspectives from all of these different races on all of these other different perspectives and races. And it manages to get pretty well into like the general personality, the general kinks that would be related to these races, as well as like interesting factoids about their biology. And it manages to sort of delve into the politics of the world.
So I'm not sure if I'm going to say this. I might be cutting myself off prematurely, but I think the point I was trying to get across with this review is like Interspecies Reviewers does a really good job of world building, but not world building aspects of a story that you would normally see world built. Like, it doesn't go into like the history or the terrain or legendary figures, but instead world builds the sort of like cultures and like ideological and perspective differences between the different species, especially between the different species. So it's more of like a cultural world building, ideological world building sort of setting, especially is like how different cultures like view sex and sexuality, and it's not something you see a lot of series. And I think the fact that it like world building's world building. I think the fact that it managed to explore that with the amount of creativity and depth it did across such a large number of species is actually genuinely respectable. And it does it in like a realistic, sort of tasteful way as well. Like, for example, one of the brothels they go to lets you like swap your like sex. And so once you sign up, you're not allowed to leave the fucking building, because they're like, if we let you leave the building, you might just like go fucking peek on ladies in the bath or some shit. So you have to fucking stay here until you swap back. So like, that's just like one example. So like, they actually like put thought and effort into like building the cultures around it. And I will say, especially like, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air in that regard, because you don't see a lot of fantasy series in general decide to like actually put time and effort into the various cultures of the species. And the fact that there are so many species in Interspecies Reviewers and they manage to talk about so many of their cultures is also another respectable aspect of the show. Like I said, the bar is on the fucking ground, and Interspecies Reviewers just decides to do a cheeky little backflip over it. It's not like the highest backflip. Like, I only gave it a 6 out of 10, but it managed to impress. And really, it should have been complete fucking garbage. So what I kind of like about Valhalla, all the cliches of cyberpunk happen in the story, but you aren't involved. You're Jill, a bartender, and that's it. Honestly, no, that's actually kind of perfect, because like a perfect example, because we know that there are adventurers in Interspecies Reviewers, and we know that there are like people going on quests, and there's an adventurers guild, and we actually know that the main characters make most of their brothel money either through reviewing brothels or by going on ventures. Like, they are adventurers. They are doing it, but it would be like, Interspecies Reviewers is kind of like Valhalla, except it's you know, the girl who's like a cop. It's like if it was about Cop Girl, but only when Cop Girl is drinking at the bar. Like, that's what Interspecies Reviewers is. Background characters, so you understand that there is more depth to this world than just brothels. There is other things going on. There's adventuring. They get into how adventuring contracts work. They get into the experiments by the dubiously amoral archmage in the area. So I think where Interspecies Reviewers probably excels the most at, outside of the fan service scenes, is the depth that they manage to go with their world building. And honestly, I really appreciate the amount of effort they put into it. Twitch and Discord in the description. I mean, that's a solid review. I think I was able to elaborate a bit more while reviewing my own review. I mean, I can't disagree with anything I said. I think it's pretty solid. I think I just probably didn't go in enough depth as I probably should have. But yeah, Interspecies Reviewers, shockingly decent show, actually. Yeah, we're done. Stream's over. Or fake alcohol, since real alcohol doesn't exist anymore in the world of Valhalla. Excuse me. I think it's synthetic alcohol, which I would argue is still alcohol. But, yeah.
should be back with KOTOR tomorrow. But honestly, I just wanted to take a fucking chill night. I was fucking tired. I was like, oh man, is there something I can do? What about fucking SACing MAL? And I'm like, oh, perfect. It's a great night for SACing MAL. So then we did that. So yeah, we should be heading into Manon and KOTOR tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully everyone had a good time. I did, and we got a lot of new shows. Oh, hold up, before we go, how many shows did we add, actually? How many? I think this is a bit of a more of a packed season. Normally, summer is a dead season. SACing MAL chill, what the hell? You never described it that way. It's more chill than actually having to do anything. You added one? What'd you add? Yeah, it's weird. Like, summer's usually the dead season, but like for whatever reason, winter and summer are the seasons this year. I guess everyone was afraid of what was gonna pop off in like spring and fall, so everyone decided to move their good shit to the off seasons. And then everyone moved their shit to the off to the off season, and so we ended up with packed off seasons. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 TV anime. I'm going to say 17 because let's be honest with Kengan Ashura over here. 17's not bad. We're not counting movies because these air whenever the fuck they feel like. Like, who's just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 17's not bad, honestly. Like, compared to every other season in 2023. 2023 has been kind of a shit year, honestly. But yeah, no. Summer. Who'd have guessed summer would be the poppin' season? But anyway, yeah, whatever. KOTOR tomorrow. We're heading into Manon. I think I have to go underwater, so I guess we'll see that. But anyway, yeah, hope you had a good time. I've been Sacrobellic, your own boy of hope, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I still need to record audio for Al Noah 0 Part 2.